Hi YouTube, this is 133 MHz. Once again, I'm bringing you a video review of a machine that you may have never heard of before. This is the Twinhead PC-100. First look, this looks like one of those home computers from the 80s, right? And it sort of is. This is an XT class machine with an 8088 processor, but the thing is, aside from being a normal PC with a built-in 3.5-inch disk drive, this thing also runs Famicom games. So this is an XT class PC with a built-in Famicom. A little bit of story about it. This machine was released here in Chile around 1990. It was sold in big box department stores, and legend says that it was pulled from the market really quickly because of copyright issues. It came with a multi-game cartridge that of course contained copyrighted Nintendo games with their licenses removed. So this machine had a very short run, and so it is pretty rare to find. The only thing I know about the history of this system is that Twinhead was an electronics company in China founded by two guys, hence the name Twinhead. And this machine was commercialized here in Chile by a company named Magenta, and they usually included an Spanish language manual and some software along with the machine. And as I said before, this machine had a very short run in the market. It was quickly pulled out because of the pirate games, so this is very hard to find, aside that not many people bought it at that time. This was like a cheaper alternative to a full-fledged PC. This has TV out capability. Now this is my Twinhead system. I got it like 5 years ago or something, and I got it system only, so no cables, no games, no hookups. And this is a nearly complete boxed system. This one's not mine. This was kindly lent by a good friend on the local gaming forums. Now we'll take a closer look. We'll do an unboxing and see what came with the machine. So here's the unboxed system. This one is nearly complete. This is only missing the built-in software. Well, here is the system itself, the Twinhead PC-100. Notice how this one says Twinhead sticker and Magenta down here. This is the power supply, a big fat brick. It outputs 12 volts with 2 amps of current. It takes 220 volts. This is the local voltage with an European plug. This is center positive. It also came with a Spanish language manual, an operation manual. This is computing at home, a PC-100 DOS computer. It tells you basic stuff, how to use the computer, the keyboard, and, well, motherboard schematics. It also displays all of the pinouts of the machine connectors, like parallel port, serial port, floppy drive, etc. It also came with a separate RF modulator to use with a coax antenna connection, because the machine outputs AV. And in those days you usually had to connect your machine with an RF connection, because not all TVs had an AV input. This takes 220 volts also. These are the included game controllers for the Famicom games. Notice they look just like original Famicom controllers, save for the turbo buttons. They are both wired to an DV15 connector. And here, this is the built-in game it came with, an 8-in-1 Famicom cartridge. And it also came with a 60 to 72 pin connector for playing American NES games. you plug in this adapter here, and you can play your American NES games on this machine. Let's take a quick look at the box here. This is a CPU and memory, 8088 CPU, 640K of main memory, built-in 3.5-inch floppy disk drive on computer. And that's about it for the unboxing. Now we're going to take a closer look at the machine itself and some specifications about it. Let's take a closer look at the machine itself. First, some specifications. This is a 8088 CPU XT class machine. It can run at 9.5 megahertz. So this is more like a Turbo XT. It contains 640 kilobytes of memory. Also a built-in 3.5-inch floppy drive in a single density. So it takes 720 kilobyte disks. It's BIOS limited. No hard drive on this thing. No expansion slots. This is the built-in compact keyboard. This is the on-off switch. This is the reset switch. And this is the PC game switch. So basically this one selects between the XT computer and the Famicom system. Quick look at the front here. This is the Famicom controller input. This is 100% compatible with the original Famicom expansion port pinouts. It's exactly the same. You can use Famicom peripherals. They work just fine. This is the Famicom cartridge input. 60-pin cartridge slot. Once again, the floppy drive. On the other side, we have the AC adapter input and a PC joystick input. And on the back, we have the video out connections. There's your standard RCA AV out. So this is for the Famicom games and the computer. This is the video out for the computer. The video system on this machine can output MDA, monochrome graphics, and CGA graphics. Based on the position of this switch here, it says mono, color, and TV. So in TV, you have TV out capability. You can play CGA games on your TV. And this is the printer hookup, the standard parallel port and serial port. And this is for a modem expansion that hasn't been fitted. That's about it for the system itself. Here are the two machines together. The yellow one, this is mine. This is the nearly complete one. Here you can see the Chinese text logo that is covered in this one by a Twinhead logo, and the Magenta print that is missing on mine. Technically speaking, this machine behaves like an XT or Turbo XT class computer. That means there's no real-time clock or CMOS setup as we know it, and it can only read 720K floppy disks. No matter if you install a higher capacity drive, it will always take them as single density disks. But the main difference between this and a regular XT machine is that this one comes with IBM PC-DOS 3.3 built-in the ROM of the machine. So if you turn this on without a boot disk, it will boot from its internal ROM with IBM PC-DOS. But of course you can stick a regular DOS boot floppy and it will boot off that. Also, you can control the speed of the processor by certain keystrokes during operation. So you can run at 4.77 megahertz, which is the standard IBM PC speed, or you can put it in turbo mode and run this at about 9.45 megahertz, I think, which is a Turbo XT class. The Famicom portion of the system is totally separate from the PC side of the system. There are really independent circuits inside. You switch between them using the PC game switch. But the PC video system, it's really versatile because you can hook up a CGA or monochrome monitor with a 9-pin connection, and you can also use the PC with a standard TV because you can use the 40 column output on a standard television. So you can use this machine with a proper computer monitor, or you can use a TV for your PC needs. But the Famicom side, as you may have guessed, only works with a standard TV. So there's no Famicom. You can't play Famicom games on a PC monitor, sadly. I would like to demo this machine using a TV and a proper computer monitor, but unfortunately the only compatible monitor I have, which is a monochrome digital monitor MDA standard, looks like this. The picture tube is busted. I got a replacement, but it won't fit on the screw posts, and the picture tube is pretty knackered too. So I would have to do with just a TV for now. And here is a quick disassembly of the machine. After taking all of the bottom screws, the keyboard comes off. As you can see, it's a standard 84-key keyboard. Here's the... Let's take this off first. Now we have the entire machine disassembled. This is the PC motherboard. Here's the switching regulator for the power, to provide power to the machine. Here's the unused modem expansion connector. This is the floppy drive with its power connector. The built-in speaker. This is the BIOS chip. Here are some jumpers. One of these jumpers can disable the built-in operating system. This is the AMD 8088 processor. Some custom-made Twinhead chips, probably the chipset. Some of the RAM. Here's an unused expansion connector, maybe ISA, but there's no documentation about it. It's not standard. And here's the separate Famicom board. As you can see, it is linked to the PC motherboard by this cable. It carries all of the audio, video, and power signals to run the Famicom. Here's the 60-pin slot. This Famicom clone runs on a UMC chipset, the 6527 CPU and the 6528 PPU. Here's the trimmer for the oscillator frequency, a pretty standard Famicom. Not much to say about it, other than it's discrete, and discrete designs are always better than integrated or system on a chip designs, also known as the NOIC or NES on a chip. And that's pretty much it for the machine itself. It consumes around 25 watts at full power, and that's about it.